Hello, my name is Jordan Clark and I am here to lead you through this yoga class today. I am absolutely so excited to do this. This is my very first class and thank you so much for being here. It means so much to me. It is very likely that you are a friend or family member, so sending you all the love and the well wishes today. Thank you so much for supporting me. Today happens to be my 32nd birthday, so what better way to spend 32 years, on this earth than doing something I love and sharing it with you all. So yeah, with that, let's get started. Okay, today's class is a 30-minute flow. There are no chaturangas, no sun salutations, hardly any standing poses. It's a great way to start your day. It's a great way to end your day. These are some of my favorite poses. They make me feel very good and they wake up my body. But don't underestimate it. Just because we are, moving a little slower today, I want you to really take the time to feel it, to really feel this movement, right? And move through it in a very fluid state. So with that, you will need a yoga mat. I recommend 2 blocks if you have them. If you don't, that's okay. I think I can cue you and we can find ways to get into the pose without the blocks as well. But if you have the blocks, I would recommend them. Okay, here we go. I will be demonstrating today. There will be moments that I might come out of the pose just so I can cue you a little deeper. But I'm primarily going to be doing this practice with you. Let's start in child's pose, please. Your big toes touch. Your knees hang wide near the edges of your mat. Your chest falls down on your mat, your arms extend up, your palms are on the ground, your tailbone draws down and back. Place your forehead on the mat. Let's take a moment to arrive here. Together, let's take an inhale. Sigh it out. Two more of those. Inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. Last one, inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. We're going to hang out in this pose for about 5 more deep breaths. I'd like you to just give yourself the permission to be here on your mat, right? Whether you're taking this class before you start your day or at the end of your day, let's try not to think about what will come next or what has just happened. Give yourself the permission to just be here right now. Together, take an inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. We're going to inhale our right arm up, twist, look right. And then exhale, slide our right arm underneath our left armpit, look left. Draw your hips down and back. Take an inhale, right arm extends back up. Exhale, place it back down on your mat. Other side. Inhale, left arm up, look left. Exhale, left arm under your right armpit. Left arm extends back up. Exhale, place it back on your mat in front of you. From here, we're going to inhale, come through, tabletop position. Exhale, slowly make your way to your belly. Once on your belly, let me get my shirt fixed. Once on your belly, you're going to place your arms out on the edges of your mat in goalpost position or cactus position here. arms bend to 90 degrees. We're going to look right, and we're going to twist left. Use your right hand here to give yourself a little more push into that left shoulder. You should feel that in your shoulder and in your pec. Your right leg can be flat on the mat behind you. I don't quite have the flexibility for that, so mine just kind of hangs out here. You can also have your knee up here for a little less. Switch sides. Right arm's in goalpost position. We twist right. We push with that left hand. I have very tight shoulders, and this is a stretch that I have been doing quite frequently, trying to give myself just a little more flexibility. And it feels very nice, especially after a long day sitting at a desk. This is perfect. We're going to make our way back onto our belly. Place our hands next to our shoulders. We're going to inhale, lift up, cobra. Your elbows pull back. Your pubic bone presses into the mat. Your feet are flat on the mat. Your toes might touch together, or they should touch together. Let your heels hang out wide, right? So our neck, I'm kind of drawing my neck back here. We shouldn't do that. Let's try to look about 12 inches out in front of us. Keep our neck in a neutral position. Inhale a little further. Exhale, come down. From here, we're going to press up into a tabletop position. So our wrists will stack under our shoulders. Our knees are going to stack under our hips. We're going to take a couple of cat-cows. So inhale, back bend, look up. Exhale, round your back, push through your palms, drop your head. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Last one. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, round through the spine. Really press through your hands. Just come back to a neutral position. We're going to inhale our right leg back. Try to square your hips to the ground. Dorsiflex that back foot. So pull your toes in towards your knee, like you could stamp your foot onto the back wall. From here, we're going to bring our knee to our elbow 3 times just to warm up our hips here in our core. So we're going to exhale, knee to elbow, right knee to right elbow. Inhale, extend back, 2 more. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, back. Exhale. Inhale. From here, we're going to externally rotate this hip. So now our toes are pointing out to the right. We're going to swing that, keep your leg straight. We're going to swing that leg around to as high as it will go. Touch the floor with your toe. Bring it back. We're going to do 2 more. Inhale, swing it around. Keep that leg straight. Exhale, bring it back. 1 more. Bring it around. Exhale, bring it back. From here, we're going to bring that foot to about 90 degrees in line with our hip. Place it on the ground. Place our foot flat on the ground. And we're going to draw our hips back. And think a puppy dog position with our leg extended out. I can't quite go down far. This is about as far as I can go. If you can place your chest on the ground. Your arms are extending out. Your hips are drawing back here. If you want to stay right here, this works too. We're just looking for that stretch on the inner part of our leg here. Now when you're ready, we're going to pull this leg back behind us and we're going to stamp it on the ground. We're going to take this left leg, turn it so we can, like a kickstand behind us, Left hand stays on the ground. Right arm reaches up and over. We're going to have a side body stretch. This is a supported side plank. We're really looking for that stretch through our side body right here in our hip. So get really long. Your palm faces the ground. Look up. Keep your neck in line with your spine here. Don't let it drop. Keep it in line. We're going to take a couple of deep breaths. Exhale, bring that hand back down. Let's do the other side. So we're going to inhale our left leg up. Remember, we're going to do 3 taps, left knee to left elbow. So exhale, knee to elbow, inhale out. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Again, we're going to externally rotate that left leg, point our toes to the left, and we're going to keep our left leg straight. We're going to bring it around, touch it as high up as we can. Tap and back. 2 more. Tap and back. Last one. Tap and back. From here, we're going to do that leg extended puppy dog. So rotate the toes, bring it in line with the hips, place that foot flat on the ground, pull your hips back, your arms out in front of you. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Again, if this is more comfortable for you, you can stay up on your hands. Okay, when you're ready, let's bring that left leg back behind us, place it on the mat. Our right foot comes back behind us like a kickstand. Right hand stays on the ground. Left arm extends up and over. Our left bicep is dropping by our cheek. Our right palm is facing the floor. We're looking up. We're keeping our neck in line with our spine. We should really feel a nice stretch through our side body here. When you're ready, we're going to place that left hand back on the mat. We're going to tuck our toes, send our hips back for downward facing dog. In our downward facing dog, we inhale our left foot up. Exhale, lunge it between our hands. Our right knee falls to the mat. We untuck our right toes. We're going to send our hips back for a half splits. From here, we're gonna add a little dynamic movement. So we're going to inhale our hands up, knee down crescent, back bend, look up. Exhale, shift back, half splits. In your half splits, dorsiflex that left foot to protect your knee. Inhale, come up, look up, knee down crescent. Exhale, shift back, half splits. If you need to, for balance, you can have your blocks on either side of your leg. Last one, inhale, hands up, look up. Exhale, shift back, half splits. We're going to take a moment and just hang out here in our half splits. You want to pull your left toes back towards you, dorsiflex that foot, protect that knee. Keep a micro bend in your knee. Don't lock it out here. Try to square your hips off as much as possible and lean over that left leg. I'm pulling back with my hips here. Again, you can use your blocks. Place them wherever you need them. Beautiful. Come forward or move your blocks to the side. Place your hands on either side of your foot. Tuck your back toes under. Press up, your knees off the ground. We have our hands on the ground. We are in a lunge position. From here, we're going to instep our back foot 12 inches for a pyramid pose. So instep, both toes pointing forward. We're going to half lift. We're going to straighten this front leg, but keep a micro bend in your knee here. So we're going to half lift, and then we're going to exhale. Fold over that left leg. Let your head hang heavy near the ground. If you've got your blocks and you need them, this is a great place to use them. You want to square your hips towards the front of the room and be pulling back with that left hip, right? Be pulling that left hip back, your right hip forward. From here, let's move the blocks out of the way. We're going to move back into that lunge, that runner's lunge with hands on either side. Take our left hand, place it on the inside of our left foot, walk ourselves to a wide-legged forward fold on the edge of the side of our mat. Our toes are pointing in, our hips are drawing back. We're dropping our chest to the ground, and this feels so good. You can sway back and forth. Find stillness. Your arms can be in like a rag doll. They can be clasped behind your back. Whatever feels good for you. From here, we're going to turn to face the back of our mat. So we're going to walk our hands to the back in that runner's lunge, right? So we've got our right leg forward, hands on either side of our right leg. We're going to drop our left knee to the mat, and we're going to come into that half splits, the back of our mat. Our right leg is out. We're dorsiflexing that right foot. We have a micro bend in our knee. We're untucking our left toes, placing our foot flat on the mat. From here, we're going to insert that dynamic movement. Inhale, lift. Exhale, draw your hips back, half splits. Again, inhale. Exhale, draw your hips back. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, draw your hips back. We're going to hang out in this position for just a moment. Again, dorsiflex that right foot. Draw your right hip back. We're going to try to square the hips off, fold over the right leg. Try to keep a micro bend in your knee. All right, let's come out of it. Let's find that runner's lunge. Tuck your toes under, lift your hips. From here, we're going to move into that pyramid position. So we're going to instep our left foot by 12 inches. Both feet face towards this would be the back of your mat. Towards the back of your mat, we're squaring our hips off. We're half lifting. And then we're exhaling. We're folding over that right leg. Try to pull your right hip back and your left hip forward. Let's move back into that runner's lunge. So we're in our runner's lunge, and from here we're going to take our right hand on the inside of our right foot, crawl ourselves to that wide-legged forward fold, the side of our mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Again, your toes pointed in, right? There's a couple of variations you can take. You can take ragdoll. You can pull your hands back behind you. Clasp your hands behind your back. That one's really hard for me. I have tight shoulders. You can grab your ankles here. Whatever feels best for you. Just be sure and drop your neck. Really rest. If headstand is in your practice, it's a really good place to take that as well. Just a couple of more breaths here. From here, we're going to walk our hands to the top of our mat. Turn, hands on either side of our left foot. We're going to step back, downward facing dog. Beautiful. From your downward facing dog, we're going to walk our feet to our hands. Forward fold at the top of our mat. I have chief hair all over me, but you know, that's what it's like living with a dog. So, if you have one of those mongrels, you know the drill to get it off the mat. Okay, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. In your forward fold, ragdoll, grab opposite elbows here. You can drop your hands to the mat. You could even tuck your hands under your feet. Oh, this is one of my favorite poses to end the day. It feels so good on my upper back here. Okay, when you're ready, we're going to place your hands on the mat. We're going to heel toe our feet towards the edges of our mat. Our heels are pointed in, our toes are slightly pointed out. Bear with me here. This might be hard for some of you. It's a very hard pose for me. Inhale, half lift, and then exhale, sit back, Malasana pose. I have a love-hate relationship with this. I'm just now able to get my feet flat. I had my heels up for many years, but my feet are now flat. I still find it very challenging to sit up straight. So here's a couple of things you can do, a couple of variations. If this is not accessible to you, if Malasana is not accessible, you can take a couple of blocks, stack them up, sit on them, right? This lets you have better posture, even me. Get my feet out more in front of me, pull my knees back, place my elbows inside my knees, hands together, press, lift up. Get that flat back. If you don't have blocks, you can also start here. Start on your toes, right? Just start to feel the, how, like with your back flat, you'll start to feel the movement. And maybe even you have your hands on the ground and you're just kind of dancing back and forth here, working on your ankle mobility. Just going to hang out in this pose for a couple of more breaths. All right, we're going to make our way into a seated position on our mat. We're going to scoot towards the middle of our mat, place our feet flat on the mat, feet at the edges of our mat here, and then we're going to release our low back and our hips. We're just going to rock our knees back and forth. Beautiful. And when you are ready, we're going to sit up, cross our legs, inhale our arms up, exhale, side stretch. We're going to place our right forearm on the mat, reach our left arm overhead. Let's get that nice side body stretch, last one of the day. If being on your forearm is not accessible, you can be on your hand, right? Any variation in between, however deep you can go. You want to try to pull that left hip down. Very good. Inhale, rise up, switch sides, exhale, drop down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, drop your hands down to the floor. We're going to place our right leg out. Here, let me turn to face you. We're going to pull our left heel into our groin here. Our right leg extends out. We're going to inhale our hands up, turn to face our right foot. Exhale, fold forward. We want to keep dorsiflex this foot in this position, and you want to think about pulling the outer edge of your foot in, right? The inner edge of your foot out. That's the goal here. So I typically, because I can grab my foot, but it's still a little challenging. I like to grab my outer edge of my foot with my right hand, take my left hand and grab my ankle and kind of twist, because I'm really working on that flexibility in my spine here. Just rest. Switch sides. Your right heel goes in towards your groin. Your left leg extends out. Turn to face your left foot. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Again, I like to grab the outer edge of my left foot, my right hand places on my ankle, and I twist my body. Let's slowly come out of that. Make our way into butterflies. You're going to bring the soles of your feet together. Pull your heels in towards your groin. Inhale, sit up. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. If this is hard, move your feet away from you, right? Move them as far away as you need to. You can place blocks under your knees. Just find a supported position that works for you. I'm going to hang out here for about 4 more deep breaths. All right, slowly walk yourself up. Extend your feet straight out in front of you. Well, you know what? This might be easier. Bring your feet flat on the mat. Your palms face up, and then slowly make your way onto your back. On your back, your feet remain flat on the mat, your knees to the sky. We're going to inhale our right leg up. Place your right ankle over your left quad. Grab your left leg and pull it in towards your chest. Ensure you are dorsiflexing that right foot to protect that right knee. If this is challenging, you can place your left leg back on the mat and you can hang out just like this. This is perfect. Let's switch sides. Your right foot comes to the mat. Your left ankle crosses over your right quad. You grab behind your right leg. You pull it in towards you. You're dorsiflexing that left foot, right? So your toes are pulling back towards your knee to protect your knee. Again, if you need a little less, just place that right foot back on the mat and hang out here. When you're ready, place your left foot back on the ground. We're going to extend our legs out. Take a good morning stretch. Exhale, I want you to curl your knees in towards your chest. Grab opposite elbows, hug your knees in nice and tight. Take a big inhale, your biggest one of the day. Hold it at the top. Exhale, sigh it out, Shavasana. You have arrived. Your palms face up. Take up space. Let your feet flop out towards the sides. Tuck your shoulders up and underneath you. Find a very supportive position here. I'd like you to take the next 60 seconds in silence. Give yourself this gift. Start to wiggle your fingers, your toes. Make your way back into your body. With your eyes closed, let's roll over to our right side using your right bicep as a pillow. And when you are ready, let's make our way up to a seated position with your eyes still closed. In your seated position, place your hands at prayer at heart center. Your eyes are still closed. I want you to take one final deep breath. Inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. Namaste. Thank you all so much for being here today, for supporting me, for loving me, and giving me this opportunity to guide you on your mat and provide you a little bit of nourishment. I hope that if you are starting your day in this way, it is a great beginning and it sets the tone for the rest of your day. I hope that if you're ending your day with this practice, it is able to create closure for you and provide some much needed nourishment from a day of, hard work or hard effort, or, maybe your day was mentally taxing. So whatever it may be, I hope you got what you needed. Thank you so much for being here. And as always, please give me feedback. I'm brand new, so the more feedback I get, the better I can be for you. Thank you.